You're probably wondering why I'm wearing this mask. But like the title suggests, I'm creating this alter ego to change my life. I looked into alter egos and I saw them pop up frequently within musicians, actors, and especially athletes. And I saw how useful it would be to implement one into my personal life. And I think you should too. Here's why. An alter ego is a consciously designed identity that you can step into at any time to access parts of yourself that already exist. Most people aren't lacking confidence, discipline, or power. They were conditioned not to express it. So this intentional design allows you to become who you already know you could be. It isn't a fake personality, it's a psychological interface. It's a way of saying, when I enter this state, I behave differently, I think differently, and I choose differently. You already do this naturally. You're not the same person with your friends and your family. You're not the same when you're at work versus when you're alone. And you're definitely not the same when you feel confident versus when you're stressed. The reason why an alter ego works so well is it shuts down fear without fighting it. So fear, doubt, procrastination, you name it. Any undesirable emotions and behaviors are tied to your current identity. When you act as an alter ego, the brain doesn't register the risk. It creates distance that quiets anxiety instantly. Carl Jung would call it activating an archetype. And when it's done correctly, it collapses inner resistance and synchronizes thought, emotion, and action. An alter ego will rewire behavior way faster than affirmations ever could. Your brain learns way more effectively through identity-linked action, not positive thinking. When you ask yourself, what would my alter ego do right now? It flicks a switch where you'll automatically stand and speak differently, make different decisions, and better tolerate discomfort. And over time, the nervous system adapts, and the traits you develop as the alter ego will bleed back into the base identity. When you force habits, use motivation to try to change behaviors, you run into friction because you do not associate those new behaviors with yourself, at least not instantly. Whereas an alter ego can flip that, whereby you change the identity first and let the behaviors follow naturally. A great example of this is Kobe Bryant and his alter ego, the Black Mamba. He developed the Black Mamba, so when he was on court, he would automatically activate a colder, more focused archetype. This would prevent emotions like doubt and fear because he purposely programmed his alter ego not to feel them. So nothing from the outside world could sabotage performance. So, my thought process is that by creating this alter ego, I can reprogram myself via him. I essentially have a brand new person I can guide in the right direction with no hindrance of past programming. People that have tried to change themselves know how difficult it is. This is because the brain treats the change as threat, and it sees the familiar as safe and the unknown as danger. If someone grew up with chaos, low confidence, doubt, emotional inconsistencies, their system learned that this was normal. This is why when you're in healthier relationships, peaceful environments, or try to become more disciplined and self-assured, the body doesn't know it's good for you. Instead, the danger alarm goes off and it pulls you back to your known baseline. So under any pressure, fear will hijack the nervous system and old conditioning will take over. So by creating an alter ego, it gives you a clean identity to program yourself how you deem fit and bypass the so-called danger. It gives the nervous system safety and turns action into play instead of threat. Here's a short clip of Tony Robbins on the Theo Von podcast where he touches on some of this.
Used to smoke, right? Mm-hmm. So if I came to you today and I offer you a cigarette, what would you say?
No, sir. No,
sir. No, sir. Nobody. Okay. So why?
I don't want it.
Yeah. Why?
Because doesn't make me happy anymore.
Yeah. Most people, you wouldn't say, what brand is it? Yeah. You go, no. And the reason why is you're no longer a smoker. It's not your identity. If you thought you're a smoker, you might go, well, what brand is it? Well, maybe I'll have one, whatever it is, right? It's like when people tell me, I'm on day 4 of not drinking or not smoking. I go, why are you counting? So you can tell people how many days you last this time before you go back again. It's like when you change your identity, I'm not one of those. You're not going to do it anymore.
Essentially, what Tony Robbins is saying is that you attach behaviors to your identity. And in this example, it's smoking. So until you have a different identity, you'll continue with said behaviors. This is why creating an alter ego is so powerful, because instead of trying to change yourself, you create a separate self and install behaviors consciously, and with time, it overrides the old identity. A quote from one of my favorite authors, Dr. Joe Dispenza. Becoming the person you aspire to be requires you stop being the old self. So I'm doing exactly that. Forgetting the old self and creating this alter ego, Atom Boo, because everything he does ultimately changes me too. Every time I put this mask on, I intend to hold him to an extremely high standard, where fear does not get in the way. My focus will be on elevating the mind, body, spirit, and everything in between. I want to generate and spread wealth, love, and knowledge. My goal isn't just to change my life, but also help you change yours. I will document as much as possible so you can learn with me and implement everything into your life too. Society seems to be broken, and my goal is to try to help fix that. For some time now, I've been studying a lot of Gnostic texts, Freemasonry, Jewish mysticism, Hermetic philosophy, and esoteric knowledge. And I realize now that the ancient mystery schools that they had in Egypt and Greece hold the true information that can help you manipulate reality to your will. Now I want to implement those secrets and share the journey. So, I'll end with this. Eliminate fear. It is one of the lowest frequencies, and it holds you back. But love is the highest frequency. So be love.